Welcome back to another day of doing the most. I appreciate y'all being here, whether you're listening to me on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you're actually listening. It really means a lot, whether you're seeing me on YouTube. So there's actually so much that happened today. Today was one of the most intense days. I hope I don't miss anything. I really don't. But there's just so much to talk about. Thankfully, there was only one game last night because everyone had to witness that game. And that's where we'll begin, all right? We'll begin there. Man, oh man, Kevin Durant, what a treat. What a show that he put on in Brooklyn. Historic night. I actually talked about it on Newsbreak, and I showed the game, and we watched it together. Link is down below where you guys can download the Newsbreak app, and you guys can go check that out at Doing the Most. We literally watched the game, or highlights, I guess, and we talked about it a little bit in more detail probably. But this man played all 48 minutes. He had 49 points off 70% from the field. This dude really shot over 70%. That is insane. He had 17 rebounds, 10 assists, and he was the only reason that, well, not the only reason, but he was the main reason they were able to withstand the Bucks, who were up big in that game. That comeback was insane in the second half. Jeff Green had a big game, 27 points, which is wild. Jeff Green was doing his thing, and you love to see it. You love to see when a team like is backs against the wall, right? Because they seem like it for sure. They're missing Kyrie for this series. James Harden played. He said he was not sitting out. He didn't play well, but he did play. And then basically they're actually ruling him in for game 6 as well. So he's going to be playing game 6. He's back for good. Kevin Durant is going to be playing game 6. I know Reggie Miller said they need to sit him out and get ready for game 7 because they're tired. But when you're the best of the best, you don't get tired. They're going to be ready. They're going to be good for tomorrow's game. Tonight, we have 2 other games, but before we get into those, let's actually talk about what's happening. Let's talk about people missing games, and one of them being Chris Paul, who's actually really lucky that they won. They swept the Nuggets because he's going to be missing an extended period of time due to the health and safety protocol. I think he tested positive, which is crazy because I'm pretty sure he's vaccinated. So the fact that, I don't know how that works, I don't know what's going on, but he's going to be missing an extended period of time. Hopefully not more than a game or 2 whenever we find out who they're playing. Their matchup is going to be between the Utah Jazz and the Los Angeles Clippers, who are playing tonight. Someone who's not going to be playing tonight is this dude Kawhi Leonard, man. He's been doing so much for the Clippers, but he's not playing. They're actually scared that he might not be playing for a while. I'm hearing ACL injury. That would be insane. The fact that this came out of nowhere, I think this caught everyone by we didn't think anything was wrong with him, and it just popped up that he might be having ACL issues. That's what the Clippers stated, and I'm hoping it's not that case. Let's prayers up to Kawhi, who's been having a great postseason run. I hope that's not the case. We'll see how Paul George and the Clippers can recover. I know Morris played really well last game. Reggie Jackson's been playing really well, but it's tough to imitate or do what Kawhi's been doing. The Jazz are without Mike Conley again, who's battling a hamstring. So Conley won't be playing tonight once again. So that we're going to see what Donovan does. They're going to be playing in Utah, which is good for them. I actually made a tweet saying that if Paul George has over 40 and makes up for Kawhi not being there, I'll be giving out some money. So make sure y'all check out my tweet. Go follow me on Twitter if you don't already do so. Now, that's the second game of the night, right? That's the second game of the night. The first game is between the Atlanta Hawks and the Philadelphia 76ers. I was going to make a tweet about Philly if they were somehow to lose, if the Hawks somehow snuck away with another one out there in Philly. But I'm not even going to do that because I don't know what the whole situation is. I hope Embiid is good. I think he's actually really in pain now. It looked like it, at least in that second half of the last game. Hopefully he's good. We have so many injuries. LeBron went out and made this long Instagram post about how basically the league rushed everyone back and they should have taken more time off, and he told them and they didn't care enough, and now so many stars are missing, and us as fans are missing out on watching our favorite players play, which is definitely true. There's a lot of big name guys that have missed extended period of time, all-stars legitimately in the playoffs, and that's the first time we've had that in a while, and it definitely is something to do with the league basically forcing them to play so many games back to back. They wanted to get back on schedule for next year, so they were just ready to get to it, and it's definitely showing now. But it's cool. I guess hopefully these players stay safe, man. That's all we could really ask for. I hope no one else gets hurt. We heard about some coaching changes, more or less, right? We know that the Wizards will not be having Scott Brooks as their coach next year. They couldn't figure out a deal. So he is a goner. Gone, gone, gone. So Russell Westbrook doesn't have his former OKC coach. We'll see if Westbrook stays there. We're hearing rumors about other teams maybe trying to get him. We don't know what's Bradley Beal's future over there. We're going to have to see that as well. Other things we know is Stan Van Gundy, who was coaching the Pelicans, is gone too. He's saying goodbye. I don't know how, like, it's just coming so quick. Like, today was just the day we finding out news after news after news. Another one which was surprising, or I don't know, I guess sometimes you try something for so long and you find out it's kind of late. Let's try to move on. But Mark Cuban and the Mavericks are getting rid of their GM, who's been there for 24 years. So now they got a job open in there. I think they go younger. I think they go with someone, maybe we've seen a lot of people try to get like actual NBA players that have been in the league recently. So that way I guess they have better connections with players trying to sign them. We've seen that with like the Suns. We've seen that with like the Sixers. We've seen this with a lot of teams. So I'm curious to see what they do. One last thing I guess we'll mention is the Rookie of the Year. We found out that LaMelo Ball won Rookie of the Year. That's who I predicted would win. And I see that a lot of people are saying that Anthony Edwards got robbed. You can definitely make a case for him, especially that he played pretty much the whole year and LaMelo got hurt. But LaMelo, I guess, was more consistent when Anthony Edwards had like a slow start, great finish type vibes. But regardless, great rookie class. I think they got a bright future if everyone stays healthy. I'm excited for it. We also heard about all NBA honors. I actually don't remember all of them. So can we go through them together right now? So I'll definitely talk about who I think got robbed and stuff like that, or some guys that I was surprised didn't make a team. But here is the first team All NBA for this season. We got Giannis, who made one of the forward spots. We got Jokic, who made the big man slot. Steph Curry, Luka Doncic, and Kawhi Leonard. So Luka making it in his third year in the league as a first team All NBA. You got Kawhi and Steph, who had a historic season. Jokic, the MVP, and Giannis is Giannis. We'll go ahead and go into the second team, and you got Chris Paul at 36 years old making it, as well as the 36-year-old LeBron James, two old heads still out here doing their thing. You had Joel Embiid, who was an MVP candidate and finished second. You had the most improved in Julius Randle, making the second team All NBA, and Damian Lillard, who had a crazy good year as well. So this was the second team All NBA. Now you go ahead and move to third team, and you had guys who used to be really big stars back in the day, right? No, I'm just playing. But you got Bradley Beal, Kyrie Irving, then you got Jimmy Butler and PG-13, and you got Rudy Gobert down the middle. Now, things that I will mention, I'm not going to say who shouldn't have made it, because all these guys had great years. That's the issue, right? When we always talk about like guys who got snubbed from the All-Star team, or we talk about stuff like that, it's tough. It really is tough to like say who shouldn't make it. But you guys like, one, Donovan Mitchell, right? That's the first person I'll make one argument for, because they had the best record in the league. He was the best player on the best team in the league, like overall. And the only player that made it was Rudy Gobert in a third team All NBA. But you're like the main scorer, the main catalyst on offense, who's Donovan, doesn't make any of them. Which, okay, you could say Utah's a really great all-around team, and I'll give you that, whatever. Okay, sure. Now, next guy I will talk about is Russell Westbrook, who averaged another triple-double. We make it sound easy. It's one of those things that he made it the norm now. Like, if he doesn't average a triple-double, we probably talk about it more than when he does. So he had a historic year, something that's never been done besides Oscar Robertson, and obviously him doing it 4 times. But that's impressive in its own right. So he probably deserved an All-NBA nod. The fact that he didn't, you could sit here and be like, oh, whose place would he take? But, like, dude should be here. You know what I'm saying? Then you had people making arguments for guys like Jason Tatum, you can make an argument that got robbed as well. People were talking about Zach LaVine. The thing with, like, Zach LaVine in Chicago is so bad that, like, even if he's so good, like, I don't think so. Because if you were an All-NBA player, you'd have a better record type vibe. You had a guy like Devin Booker, who barely made the All-Star team, right? He had to be a scratch-off for someone being injured. You have a guy's like he's still not getting credit, but he will after this postseason. We're watching him ball, so people are gonna notice. You had like PG and Jimmy Butler, who like Jimmy missed a good portion or wasn't playing too well for a good portion of the year, and still was able to make it. Like Bradley Beal and like I don't know, it's just weird. You can definitely make arguments for some of the guys I mentioned, but at the end of the day, like it's cool that Julius made a team, right? I think he had a great year, and it's great to be noticed. And I think this pretty much, I don't know, I want to hear what you guys have to say, so please let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today. I'm probably missed some news from how crazy the day was. There was just so much going on, so many things. Hopefully Kawhi doesn't have an ACL injury. Hopefully we hear good news. We also were hearing stuff about Luka and not wanting to be in Dallas forever type vibes. Like people are questioning that. So I'm curious. I don't know. I don't think Mark Cuban letting that man go freely. We'll see how it ends up. Let me know if there's anything I missed. Let me know if there's anything I said wrong. I'd love to hear what you guys got to say. And thank you guys for the support daily. We doing this every day. Thank you for doing the most.